You are meant to live your best life now, regardless of how you look like, regardless of how much money you have, whatever the fuck anyone says.
What's up, you guys? I look so gorgeous today. If it looks like I'm in a rush,
I am, bitch.
because I have so many things to do today. But this video is gonna be like a little life update slash how to lose weight when
You're lazy, you're going through it.
you're depressed as fuck, you're anxious. It just seems like the most daunting thing to you to lose weight, but you know you're supposed to be living your best life now, bitch.
Hopefully my sister doesn't watch this video because I'm using her makeup.
I went through Adderall withdrawals 2 years ago. I am a very naturally petite and skinny person. It's funny because a lot of people who've met me in recent years probably don't think that, because
I've been overweight.
I've been overweight for the past, I want to say ever since I quit Adderall in 2020, either 2020 or 2021. I gained about 50 to 60 pounds, you guys. It's been 2 years later and I lost about 10 to 15 pounds. So it's pretty good. That's a win, y'all. But like, the truth is, my goals, I'm not trying to chase an arbitrary number like 110 pounds or whatever, but I just want to feel like my goddamn best. And I want to be snatched and healthy, and I don't want to be held back by excess weight. I feel my best when my body fat percentage is
At an all-time low.
not unhealthily, but like, I feel my best when I feel confident in a bathing suit. And you could feel confident in a bathing suit however weight you want, but I like my abs showing, y'all. Like, there's no other way to say it. So yeah, child, all these notifications. But we have goals and we're gonna reach them, period. No ands or buts. I'm about to be 27 in January and I'm about to look fire in whatever the fuck I'm wearing, and there's just no question about it. Finally, I'm at that point in my sobriety where I feel like I've gotten rid of all the bad habits that were holding me back. I don't drink alcohol anymore. If I ever do, it's like once in a blue moon, like once a year, literally. I don't smoke weed anymore. Oh my god. The last vice that I was dealing with was food, because I had used food as a coping mechanism to
stay afloat and stay mentally sane.
If you want to learn more about my story, I'll link the video somewhere here. But the reason why I gained the weight wasn't because I quit the drugs. It was because I found my serotonin and dopamine from binge eating. Yeah, so I healed my relationship with food. I no longer go to food whenever I'm sad, happy. Like, I eat food for sustenance and when I need it. I try to eat dairy-free and gluten-free 90% of the time. The other 10% is when I'm out with friends or family and I just don't want to be that bitch. Like, if we're at a restaurant and there are no options, I don't want to be that bitch that's like,
I'll have a crouton and some water. Like,
I'm just not gonna do that, you know? Whenever it's my choice and I could pick the foods that I want and I could make the foods that I want, it's gonna be dairy-free, gluten-free. And the reason for that, y'all, you don't have to be dairy-free or gluten-free to lose weight. So backtrack, y'all. Whenever I eat, I don't know where this came from, I don't know how this developed, but whenever I've been eating like as I would start getting so fucking itchy. On the dot, 11 p.m. every day, I had these small rashes. And I was like, what the hell? Is this a part of the withdrawals? But it started happening a year ago. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with withdrawal. I think it's just whatever the fuck I'm eating. As I started eliminating foods in my diet, started out with dairy, now it's with gluten. The itching, it's still present, but it's not as severe. I have another theory. I think it could be a candida overgrowth or something, or I probably have to eliminate a lot of sugar soon, but I'm just trying to do one thing at a time because I'm changing my lifestyle, y'all, and I can't be doing a bunch of different things and expecting them to stick all at once. So I'm just doing one thing at a time. I'm just going at my own pace. And ever since I eliminated dairy and gluten from my diet, it has made an astronomical difference. I have officially been dairy-free for, I want to say, 6 months, and I've been gluten-free for only like a month. Ever since I went gluten-free, that's when the biggest difference in my energy levels have shifted. I definitely don't have celiac disease, but I definitely do have a gluten intolerance or gluten sensitivity, because the way I feel now, it's night and day. I thought this was normal, y'all, but after I would eat a meal, I would feel so fucking tired. I would have to lay in bed for like 2 hours, and that's just a waste of your time. Like, I have all these goals I want to reach, and laying in bed is not gonna help any of that. My social media usage has decreased significantly because I have energy to move. I literally wake up now, y'all, without my alarm, 8 a.m. every morning. I'm working towards 6 a.m. Sometimes it's 6 a.m., but 8 a.m. is like the cutoff for me. And I'm at the gym in 10 minutes. Also, my sleep has improved. Life has just been getting better ever since I made that change. I'm never going back. Never going back to how I was, because I actually feel so fulfilled that I'm literally putting myself first every day, over my job, over my relationships. I'm putting myself first, and it's so rewarding. So to answer the question, how to lose weight when you're lazy, going through all this shit, and I'm just speaking from my experience, the one thing that changed everything for me is what I just said: waking up early. Waking up early and putting yourself first. If you have a 9 to 5, you gotta have a 5 to 9. You gotta wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever you gotta do. Because once you start doing that and you create the habit of doing the same thing every day, there is no reason you're not gonna reach your goals. I'm answering the question for the lazy bitches. If you're like me, y'all, I would see those
My 5 a.m. routine, like
going to Pilates and doing a 2-mile run, like I would feel almost disgusted because I'm like, bitch, like I just woke up and it's 12 p.m. But here's the thing, y'all, like the change happened like overnight for me. I think it has to do with the fact that I cut gluten out of my diet, because my body isn't busy processing foods that it shouldn't. I look ridiculous. Isn't processing foods that it doesn't need to be processing anymore. It's allowed me to almost just literally get up out of bed in the mornings. You gotta find the things that are holding you back from waking up early. It's not about waking up early as much as it is going to bed early. I like to do a reset day if, say, we went on vacation or like the weekend, like I fell off track. Preferably do this on like the weekends, but maybe on a Friday or Saturday, force yourself to just get up as early as you can. So do this on a day when you don't have a lot going on, but force yourself to wake up like, say, 8 a.m. and then try 7 a.m. the next day. But you're probably gonna feel really exhausted during the day, especially if you've been sleeping super late. If you're exhausted, you can go to bed earlier. Said I'd be in bed by 3 a.m. Now I'm in bed by 10 p.m. You can't go to sleep if you're not tired, so you need to make yourself tired. And what that also looks like is do chores, go on walks, physically get yourself exhausted. Like I started doing 10k steps a day. It doesn't always end up being 10k steps, but sometimes it's just 5k steps or it's just 3k steps, y'all. Like do whatever you gotta do. And if you can't do the steps, clean your whole apartment, clean your whole house, because those are the things that are gonna tire you out. And I also realized the reason why it's been so hard for me to sleep is whenever I wake up in the mornings and I actually get the things that I want to get done, I can go to bed and I don't have those responsibilities in the back of my mind, because I realize that's kind of what's disrupting my sleep. Say you have to wake up early because you're gonna drop a friend off at the airport or something. It's like, do you ever just kind of wake up before your alarm because you know that something is calling for your attention? It's the same thing. Like whenever you have responsibilities, they're in the back of your mind. It's gonna be hard for you to sleep because you're procrastinating. I am no longer a procrastinator, bitch. This life is so much better because A, you get everything done, B, you go to sleep, and C, you're actually up and doing your shit. So the key to losing weight and just getting on your shit when you're lazy is to become unlazy and stop identifying with being lazy, because that's what I used to do. I used to be like, oh, I'm such a lazy fat bitch and like all this shit. But no, you are not. If you don't want to be that, stop identifying with it. You are a smart, beautiful, energetic woman of God. Or either my parents are here or a burglar's here, and I'm just gonna film until something happens. But if that all sounds so overwhelming for you, it's okay. Do one thing every day that will help you get to waking up early. What helps me tremendously to get up and be at the gym in the mornings, the night before, I prepare every single thing in one bag so I could wake up and just walk out the door. Sleep in your gym clothes. Here's another tip. So if you can't get to the gym, just practice waking up. What you gotta do is you gotta create positive associations with the habit. So for me, I remember, I think the first 2 days, I couldn't get myself to the gym in the morning. So what I did was I woke up at 6 a.m. one day and I just scroll on TikTok, and do that every day until you're kind of bored of scrolling. Then your body's gonna want to get up, but you got to do something to create that positive reinforcement. If not TikTok, have a really exciting breakfast. Like, yes, Okay, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna try to finish this video in the car or something, but give me 1 second. As I was saying, find the foods that work for you. Like right now, I am hungry. I went to this bake shop that has gluten-free and dairy-free desserts. They're only open like 3 times a week, but I was in the neighborhood and you know, I had to grab some. So I just had one red velvet meatball. So good. And always track what you're eating. My plan with tracking, I track on my fitness pal and I keep track of my fitness and activity and stuff on my Apple Watch. Tracking is not meant to be forever. So as I'm talking, y'all, I'm gonna make my snack. I'm making a pizza. I got the, you know, that cauliflower pizza crust from Trader Joe's. Pizza sauce. I'm gonna make a butter base thing, so I'm putting some butter in there. I know that's probably a lot. I'm not gonna use all of it, but have some Daiya cheese. It's not the best. It's not the best. BioLife is better, but I was feeling crazy and I wanted to see if Daiya changed their formula, but it tastes pretty whatever. Pepperoni, and I think I might put some avocado in there, but tracking is not meant to be forever. Let me show y'all know what else. I'm a really visual person, as a lot of people are, but for me, having something to look at every day to track my progress, like I have these calendars here. I ripped them from my planner. I literally have just September and October. I marked down with different markers that stand for different things. Like my blue marker means I tracked and I was in my deficit. The purple, 10K steps. Green, I just went to the gym. Y'all, whatever you need to do to just kind of give yourself a visual reminder as to how you're doing, I 10 out of 10 recommend. Doesn't have to be aesthetic. I'm always a type that, like, if it's not perfect, then I don't know. I just stop trying to be perfect and I'm like, let me just do the damn thing, and there'll be a day when I don't have to track anything. So, but y'all, I'm so excited. I'm excited to eat because I know what I'm putting in my body. I know how many calories are in it. I know I'm still in my deficit and I'm not starving myself. I'm finally at a good place where I am just living and slaying my routine. And just because some things in life aren't working out for you doesn't mean everything needs to go to shit. Because full transparency, y'all, I am in between jobs right now. I'm trying to build my business. I had a client drop last week, and typically the old version of myself would just take that as a sign to be like super depressed and just get off track with my fitness. But I'm like, okay, I obviously can't control everything, but there's some things that I can control, and that is how I show up in the world and what I do every day. I can go to the gym, I could take a walk, I could choose what I put in my body, and that is all that really matters at this point, because I can't do anything about anything else or how anyone else perceives me, just how I, you know, perceive myself. So easier said than done, but just act as if. You guys, I was feeling forever so self-conscious in my body, like my body of which I gained 40 pounds of fat or whatever in this current moment. But then I remember, like, no one gives a fuck. The only person that cares the most is yourself. And today I was like, I don't know why, sometimes I walk around feeling a lot more self-conscious than I really need to be because no one is looking at me like that. You just gotta act like you're already that bitch, because you are. And like, I was at the gas station today, my car has no AC, and I was like wearing my little Lululemon jacket, and I was like, bitch, it is too fucking hot for this. And I was covering myself because I'm like, oh, my arms are so big or whatever. And I'm like, who the fuck cares? And I took my jacket off, I put my gas in, wearing this shit. And people were staring at me, but I'm never gonna see those people again. And who knows, they could have been thinking that I was the most confident person in the gas station. I don't know, it doesn't matter. The point is, just live your life. Like, stop being scared to wear that outfit or talk to that person, just do it. I've been trying to challenge myself to do one thing that scares me every day, or that just kind of pushes me out of my comfort zone, whether that's making a joke that you think is kind of stupid, just do it. And like, I find that whenever I do those things, say it's awkward, right? We all move on after that. Like, it's just the idea of just shifting reality and knowing, like, how would you be acting if you were your ideal body type, or you had your dream body? How would you be acting? Would you be acting the way you're acting now? And if the answer is no, then choose to be who you want to be. You do not need to be happy when this happens. I'll be happy when this happens, because you probably will, but that's just only gonna last for like a day, a month. and then you're on to the next thing. So choose to be who you are now, and your thoughts really create your reality and your actions create your reality. So the more you do stuff like that, the more things become less scary and you can literally reach for the stars. Like one day, you guys, I want to be able to speak in front of hundreds, maybe even thousands of people and share my story and help people be more confident and just step into who they really are. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna happen one day. And just by me making videos like this, it's not perfect. I look a mess. My stomach is out, like everything is just not aesthetic whatsoever, but who gives a fuck? Like, just do you, and worst case is you help one person. Whatever you're worried about, it's all in your head and it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, life is literally what you make it, and so you might as well just make it fun and make it what you want. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna put this in the air fryer. But this is what I made. It was gonna be a pizza, but this is not gonna fit in the air fryer like flat out. So I just made it into like a little pizza taco thing. While my pizza is getting ready, I adopted so many fun new hobbies as I'm on this health and fitness journey. For example, juicing. My favorite juice is pineapple juice. Sometimes you just need a pick-me-up in the middle of the day, so I just grab one of our little pineapple juice shots and I take it and it gives me that boost. And I realized juice for me, fruits and vegetables, that actually gives me the most energy versus a matcha or an espresso shot. I don't know if it's just the fact that I abused my body on stimulants for so many years that it just doesn't affect me anymore. I feel the most energized when I have a juice. So cheers to y'all. During this whole process, as I started falling in love with making food and stuff, I stopped going out to eat. Of course, we'll go out to eat every once in a while, but I genuinely prefer making food now because I know what's going into my body and it tastes just as good, if not better. And we save so much money. I mean, so we spend more money buying food because now we're buying more high quality foods like gluten-free and dairy-free at Whole Foods, Costco. I'm at the grocery store, it feels like every other day, but I'm probably at the grocery store once or twice a week because I'm getting and replenishing the foods that we have. But it's so worth it because I'd rather be spending hundreds of dollars on my food now than thousands of dollars on hospital bills later, being miserable as fuck, not being able to move my arms. Like my grandpa right now, he's on dialysis, and my grandparents, like, you know, they're pretty healthy. They grew up in the Philippines, but they weren't intentional about what they ate. And it just breaks my heart to see them not be able to walk and stuff. And I'm like, bitch, I plan to walk and use my body up until the wheels fall off. Like, I plan to live a long time, you know, God willing, unless the Lord takes me sooner. But during this process, I realized how much of a blessing it is to be this young. I'm 26 years old, and the word old is not even in my vocabulary as far as like what I identify myself with. The older I get in age, the healthier I become. That's just the belief that I've adopted, and it's not going away because it's true. Because I am healthier now mentally, and for once in my life, I'm intentional about what I put in my body than ever before. And that is so freeing, and that to me is one of the purest forms of self-love, is when you can truly take care of yourself from the inside out. I really wish I had vlogged more before, but the reason why I didn't was because I felt like shit and I didn't have any energy. And now I finally have energy, and all, you know, all the amazing ideas that I've had in my mind this whole time is finally coming out. And I say that because I want to inspire you. If you're also someone like me, I would always just be on my phone scrolling on TikTok for hours and watching YouTube videos and like thinking of all these great ideas to a point where I would see a creator put something out that I thought of, and it's like, because I was so, I don't want to say lazy, but because I was lacking energy and discipline, it's like all those ideas, you know, 4 years passed, and then you're like, wow, if I had just been disciplined and had posted in those past 4 years, I could be living in a fucking mansion or something like that. Obviously it's not for the money, but my point is like, don't let life pass you by. You are meant to live your best life now, regardless of how you look like, regardless of how much money you have, whatever the fuck anyone says. I really believe whatever imperfections you think you have in this life, God, the universe, that's intentional, because it's the universe testing you on if you're going to overcome those limiting beliefs. All that to say, y'all, I just want to leave you with this. You are beautiful the way you are, but because you have so much power and beauty within you, don't be afraid of reaching your fullest potential. Sometimes like success is scary, y'all, so let's not let that deter us from getting to where we want to be in life, because you're meant to experience great things, and everything else that will come with it, it will be worth it. And just trust yourself, trust in your abilities, and know that you're stronger than you think. I love you guys so much, and can't wait to see you at the next video. Bye!